How you been doing? I hope you're doing wonderfully well and that you're blessed in every way and that good things are happening to you today. I hope that you had a good time of Thanksgiving and prayer and family time and all those good things that we all look forward to. And there's something on my heart to share with you tonight. And that's why I'm sitting here in my pajamas. I had to actually stop going to bed so I could come talk to you about what's on my heart right now. And it's this. If you live long enough, something will happen that will surprise you. Something will happen that will shock you. Unexpected. You will be minding your own business one day, and suddenly something will happen. You will have a plan on your heart and a way that you want to live and something that's supposed to happen, and something different than that will happen. I guarantee that if you live long enough, and I don't mean a whole long time, I just mean at all, something will happen in which life will tell you, surprise! Now, we'll hope and pray that most of those surprises are good things. But, as my t-shirt from where I got my master's degree reminds me, sometimes those things are not good things. Sometimes those surprises are shocks. If you live long enough, something will happen that will shock you. Something will happen that will shake the foundations of what you think you know. You will be stunned by something. And I'm not speaking negativity over your life. And I know you're usually used to me talking about what wonderful, great things are happening. And so it might be a little surprising to hear me say that. But here's the thing. If I love you and I don't tell you that, I'm not doing you any favors. Because if you live a little while, life will shock you. And when it does, it is so important what you do and what you know. Let me tell you something that will help you. This will help you. I'm telling you right now, if you don't listen to anything else I tell you, listen to this, because this will help you. When something surprises you, and it will, you can be the best person ever. You can pray, you can give, you can serve, you can do everything you're supposed to do, and still something surprising will happen in life. Something that you were not expecting. The opposite of what you were hoping for. Something that you were not prepared for. The difference between an emergency and an adventure is a preparation. That's all. I mean, a flat tire is not a crisis if you know how to change a tire and there's a tire you have a spare. A flat tire is only a crisis if you don't know what to do and are not prepared to do it. Life works like that too. Now listen. This is I love you, and I want you to know this from my heart. I'm telling you, I'm in my pajamas. It must be pretty important to me, right? And it's this. When you are shocked by life, when you are surprised, if you are disappointed by something that happens to you, what I'm about to say will save your life. Ready? Here we go. Do not base your relationship with the Creator on what He does or does not do for somebody else. See, that'll preach right there. Do not base your relationship with the Creator on what He does or does not do for somebody else. What do I mean by that? Some broken-hearted people at Ohio State today. And people have been calling me, and I had a chance to talk to some wonderful people. And, because I got my master's degree there, all expense paid, debt free. So I'm a Southern girl, but I'm a loyal girl. And I love them for that. And so they were asking me to help with some people and talking to some people who are having a hard time with what happened today. And were frightened and sad and upset. And this is it. Do not base your relationship with the Creator on what He does or doesn't do for somebody else. Why? Because if you do, you will always be disappointed. You will always be jealous. You will always be envious. You will always be sad. You will always be a little bit bitter under the surface. If you're looking at somebody and you've been praying and believing God for a miracle, maybe they're sick and you've been praying for them and they die, or they don't get better, or it doesn't work like you wanted it to. Oh, my heart goes out to you because I know how you feel. But here's the thing. We can't fall out about this. We can't. A lot of you know my story, and you know that I had a situation in which I fell ill and literally died, and there were EMTs and paramedics and gurneys and ambulances and all these crazy things happened, and I did die. And I came back. I woke up and said hello, and everyone was like, oh, you know. And so for a long time, I sort of thought that, wow, just miracles happen. Miracle, miracle, miracle. Just miracles. I expected miracles. I walked in miracles. I was a miracle. My life is a miracle. And then here's the thing. When I died, Creator saved me and He brought me back, right? And here I am. But my brother passed away. My sister passed away. And it was baffling to me. It was hard to understand why the same Creator who saved me and did a miracle didn't step in and do a miracle for them. And it was really something I had to wrestle with. My poor mother wrestles with it now. I mean, she's bitter against me about that now. Why did He save you and not them? I don't know. I'm not God. But what I do know is this. I had to make up in my mind that I was not going to fall out with Creator about this. That I was not going to stop serving Him and stop helping people and stop being positive and stop trying to uplift people and stop trying to do the work that I was not going to quit and stop because I didn't get my own way. I wasn't going to stop because He didn't save my brother and my sister and He saved me, and I didn't understand that. But I made up in my mind, I said, this is the prayer I prayed, and it will help somebody who is shocked and surprised and brokenhearted right now. This will help you. I said, I do not understand this. I do not like it. But please, Creator, I can't make it without you. I have to live on a long time, and I can't do that without you. So please help me not to fall out with you about this thing. Help me not to turn bitter and frustrated and angry because it didn't go the way I wanted it to go. Help me not to doubt you because I don't understand what you're doing. Whew. I can't do it without you, Creator. And you know, people say you shouldn't question God and you shouldn't say anything negative. Oh, that's ridiculous. God can take it. He can take it. And so I finally told Him, I said, I don't like what you've done here. I don't like your choices. I miss my brother and I miss my sister, and I don't understand why you did all this miracle working, magical, visible, on stage, spotlight types of miracles to save me and didn't do anything to save either of them. I don't like it. But here's the thing. I love you, Creator, and I love others. And so I'm going to hang on in there with you, even though I don't understand. And that brings me to the second thing that will help you when you find yourself surprised by life. Number one, do not make decisions based on what Creator does or doesn't do for anybody else. I mean, just don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Number two. Whenever you're tempted to be tormented by something that has happened, that has surprised you or shocked you or whatever, remember this. There is always, 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 always something about the situation that you don't know. And when I get in those situations, a lot of times I pray for understanding. I just ask for understanding. I mean, I may not ever understand why this happened or why it went the way it did, but I need to understand how I live with it. How do I walk it out? How do I stay in this earth with this? Now that this has happened, I need to understand what to do. And so do you. If you're surprised and shocked by something and a little bit dismayed, remember there's always something about this you don't know. You just don't know. You're not God. I'm not either. So there's always something, and you're not other people, and you're not other circumstances. You're just you, and I'm just me. And so sometimes things happen and we don't know. We don't understand. And if right now you're tempted to be bitter or resentful or hurt or envious or anything other than encouraged and positive. Remember, there's something about every situation you don't know. There's something else that'll help you when you get surprised and shocked. Remember, there are always more for you than against you. There are people like me who love you so much that we are in our pajamas to tell you something we think will help you tonight. There are people who are with you. They love you. There are people praying for you. There are people you will never meet and you don't know, but they're on your side. They're working for the same cause you are. They believe in the same thing you do. They want the same blessings and good things and outcomes for all of us that you do. So you're never in it all alone, no matter how alone it may feel. It may feel really lonesome. You may really be like, oh my goodness, I just don't know what I'm going to do here. But you know what? There's always more for you than against you. There is always somebody on your side. Even if you can't see them, you don't know them, you just don't even know where they are. Somebody is in agreement with you. Somebody is praying the same prayer you are. And somebody wants the same outcome. And that's really important to hold on to. There's something else when you get in those tight places and you're surprised by life and you're just in shock. I really want you to remember you ever have a bad day? Well, a bad day doesn't make you a bad person. It just means you had a bad day. When bad things happen in your life, that does not change the character of Creator. That doesn't change Creator's love for you. And see, we live in a society where people break up and they say mean things to each other. Somebody said they loved you and then they divorced you, or they said that they loved you and they were abusive, and somebody said that they cared about you and then they walked away, and somebody said they'd help you with something and they didn't do it. And so because of that, sometimes we're tempted to think that the Creator is like us. But the Creator is all loving, all kind. And so even when life goes crazy and insane things happen and you're just sitting there like, what? That doesn't change the character of Creator. That doesn't change Creator's love for you. Creator loves you just as much in chaos as He does on Christmas Day. Ooh, that'll preach. I like that. Creator loves you just as much in the midst of chaos as He does on Christmas Day. That's important to remember. Because human beings have conditional love and circumstances. Just, somebody likes you if they like you because you're doing what they, and they don't. And then we have narcissists and sociopaths. We just have all kind of crazy stuff. Creator is not like that. He does not change. He loves you just as much in a hospital bed as He does when you're happy at your birthday party. He loves you just as much when you can't decide whether you can trust Him or not, as He does when you're serving Him wholeheartedly. He loves you just as much when you're standing by the hospital bed of a loved one as He does when you're at Sundance. He loves you just as much when you're standing in the funeral parlor and you don't know if you're going to make it through the next day or not. You just don't even know. He loves you just as much then as He does at any stomp dance. He loves you just as much when you're crying yourself to sleep as when you're in church. His love for you never changes. That'll get you through. That love, see, sometimes we don't understand what's happening and we're brokenhearted about it and we're disappointed in it. But we need to hold on to one thing, that Creator loves us. One more thing that'll help you. When you're surprised by life, when you're shocked, when you're in awe and you just don't know what's happening, listen to me. This will help you. Oh, this will heal you if you remember this. My granddaddy used to say, trouble might last a long time, but trouble can't last all the time. Trouble can't last always. Seasons change. Sometimes you just have to hang on in there till the end. And you just have to say, okay, though he slay me, yet will I trust him. And sometimes you might not finish pretty. You might not finish strong, but you will finish the race. And there's some times when your heart is broken and you're going through suffering and you're going through challenges and difficulties and pain and everything. I want you to remember that trouble may last a long time, but trouble can't last all the time. So eventually, whatever it is that's causing you this pain and suffering will have to change. It will have to move. It will have to end. It will have to be different. Sometimes the goal is just not to, sometimes you have to stop trying to go forward and just not concentrate on not going back. Set yourself, stand ye still, see the salvation of our God. Sometimes you have to just, sometimes I tell God, I'm like, you know what? There won't be a whole lot of spiritual growth at this moment because I will be concentrating on surviving life right now. And when I humble myself like that, you'd be surprised what Creator does. All kinds of help. People call up out of the woodwork. People I haven't seen in 20 years. People I don't even know who they are. And they pop up and they help me. The bonus thing that'll get you through these tough times, those times of surprise and shock and awe and life took a twist and a turn you weren't expecting, is to remember this. It'll be all right. My granddaddy used to say, it might not be all right, but it'll be all right. And now that I've lived a little longer, I know exactly what he means. It may not be exactly like you thought. It may not be exactly like you planned. It may not be exactly what you wanted. But it'll be all right. You're going to be all right. Some of the things I have survived in my life, if you'd have told me I was going to have to go through I said, oh no, I'm a debutante. I paid for my master's degree with, beauty pageant winnings. I don't think so. I'm not the type of person that can go through stuff. But guess what? I went through it. And there's the operative word, through. Winston Churchill said, if you're going through hell, keep going. Don't stop. Keep going. You will go through. You'll go through. May have a few bumps and bruises. May have to cry a few tears. May have to call a few friends. We might have to come help you and pray for you. I don't know. But I do know this. It'll be all right. You'll be all right. You have to be. Being all right is the only acceptable outcome. Right? I mean, that's the only thing that'll be, that's the only acceptable. We don't play 4 quarters around here. We don't play 9-inning games. We play till we win. So if I have to get through this and get some help and go on like this and go on like that and do this and do that, but guess what? I will not quit until I win. And honey, neither will you. Neither will you. You're going to be all right. How do you know? 'Cause I know. 'Cause I'm all right. And there's a lot of us out there because we can honestly say we're all right. And you are too. My love for you is infinite. You're going to be all right. You have to be. My granddaddy used to say, run and tell that. So y'all run and tell that. He also used to say, get 'em told. Well, got 'em told, Granddaddy. Now, good night, gorgeous.